Hey everyone, how you doing? This is going to be partly an update on Boudicca. I realize it's been at least 5 months since I've done any videos, and she's grown quite a bit. Her length is 2 foot 6.5 inches, or 31.5 inches. Her weight, I just weighed her, 487 grams. So, yeah, she has come a long way since I first picked her up. I got her back in October of 2018. We're now September of 2019, so I'm coming up on having her for a year. She was born approximately around the July area. The pet store wasn't sure. They gave an estimation of about 3 months old when I got her. So, and today I just got her switched over to her 20-gallon tank. She's getting way too big for her 10-gallon, and it's getting difficult, for her to feed. Now, as far as the eating part, that's fine, but she feeds live because that's the only thing she will eat. And when she's not got really enough room because I had to put a bigger hide in and all that, and it took her down to one hide because there's not enough room for her water dish, plus the bigger hide that I got her that she needs because she outgrew her other one. So there's not a lot of room for her to strike the mouse. And that's becoming a little more difficult in such a closed-in space. So I figured it'd just be a good idea just to go ahead, get her in her 20-gallon and give her a little bit more room, especially during feeding, and all that, where she has that extra room, to strike and, hit the mouse effectively without a bunch of stuff being in the way. So I just got her moved over there to her new tank today, which left the 10-gallon tank, vacant. I have a little bit more work to do to the 20-gallon. I have to black out all three sides, for making her feel secure. And I got to tin foil the top screen. So right now I got some stuff covering the top screen for the most part to maintain the temps and all that. So, but yeah, as far as her update, she's still, obviously, like I said, she's still eating live. I have tried a couple of times to switch over to frozen thawed. She will not take to it. I've tried everything. I've temped the rat to make sure that the temperature on the rat was sufficient and whatnot. I've tried, making it act like, or mouse rather. I'm feeding her mice, but I've tried to make it move around like a mouse and whatnot, even leaned it up on her water dish like it's getting a drink of water, because that's what the live mice tend to do. They tend to go up and get a drink of water. She comes up behind them and bam, unless they're really stupid and they notice her and they go walking right up to her, which a lot of them, believe it or not, actually do. But I've tried a few different times to get her switched over to frozen thawed, and it's just not happening for her. She will only do live. So, and and as I said before, if that's the only thing that she will eat, then that's what I'm going to feed her. So, but yeah, let me go ahead and see if I can, get her straightened out a bit and give you a good idea of just how big, she is getting. She's she's hooking around her body. Come on, girl, work with me. Seriously, I mean, really, come on. Now she's gonna tie up both of my hands. Hey, come on, sweetie, give me my hand. There we go. All right. So I'm trying to give you as much of a close-up as I can, and of course there's her head. But yeah, look at her. I mean, you can tell from the last video. Yeah, she's got some decent bit more size on her. If I can get her to work her tail around a little, and then I can maybe straighten her out. Okay, let me see that. There we go. Now look at this. Here, let me lean back. I don't want to hold her like this for too long. But yeah, here's the tip of her tail, her body, and the rest of her's on my arm. So that gives you an idea. I don't like to hold her like that for long. I like to support her body as much as possible. And just let her, kind of wrap around. There she goes. Tail's wrapping around. Yeah, just let her do her thing. She's growing. She's healthy. She's eating every time. As long as I give her live, she will eat. So she's never refused a live meal. And that's all I feed her anymore. Yeah, because the frozen thawed is just no matter what I do, I can't fool her. Yeah, she wants them alive, so like I said, that's what I do. But yeah, look at her. She's she's getting big. She's still just as beautiful as the day I got her. Yeah, and still just as awesome. Here's the thing. She'll probably continue to grow until she's about 3. She's only 1 right now. She's still got about 1.5 2 years of growth to go. Now, granted, it's probably going to be a little slower than when she was, really young. But, this is the thing, she's not done growing yet. Yeah, but yeah, she's, like I said, she's still absolutely awesome. So that brings us to the next part of our video. Now, I had a 10-gallon tank sitting there vacant. I went to the pet store. Not really important which one. But I went to my local pet store. Got some stuff that I needed for the 20-gallon to get Boudicca set up. And, well, while I was there, I kind of met this little fella. Get you a good close-up. This is, as far as I can tell, it's definitely they sold it to me as a pinstripe, and it does appear to be a pinstripe. I don't know if it's a male or female, because of course the pet store doesn't know, because the breeders don't tell them, they don't pay to have them sexed, nothing like that. At some point I will learn how to sex snakes, but I want to make sure I do it properly before I attempt it, and at least do it in the presence of somebody that's experienced before I start doing all that, because at this point they're just pets. It's not really important. But yeah, this is a baby. I think they had it for a week and a half, maybe going on 2 weeks or so. They tried to feed it a frozen thawed, I guess this past week, and it refused. So it's again, same story as Boudicca. She's not eating for him, and I may refer to it as a he or she, so please forgive me. Like I said, I'm not sure which this is. But like Boudicca, she's refusing food. Now, the only issue that I seen with her is on her body, like right about in here, and then further down about here on her tail. She had a little piece of stuck shed there, a little piece of stuck shed up here. It was just very small. It was like a little bigger than a flake. And I mentioned it to the employees. I said, right there, bump the humidity up a little, because humidity's supposed to run at 60 and around 70 during shed. So I said, that's not, it's not really a big issue. Said, I would just bump the humidity up and should take care of the problem. Yeah, I checked her at the pet store. There's no stuck eye caps, no respiratory infection. I listened to her very closely. No wheezing, no whistling, no gurgling, nothing. So, I mean, she's a perfectly healthy, baby pinstripe. And I'm normally I'm not really into the morphs and stuff. I like the natural looking ball pythons. That's just my thing. So, but when I seen her, it's like, wow, she's really, really beautiful. So I decided to go ahead and get her, because I plan on getting a second ball python anyway. Actually, it's a cross between a ball python and a boa constrictor. But I figure for the time being, I don't really have enough room for a big enclosure for a boa constrictor that it will need later when it gets big. So I was like, I might as well go with another ball python because, and even then I was kind of thinking like maybe I want something a little different than a normal this time because I have a normal and she's great, but maybe something a little different. And then I came across this pinstripe today, and she's beautiful. I felt kind of sorry for her because she had a couple pieces of stuck shed, and whatnot. And she was pretty stressed in the pet store, obviously. They had lights on her, and I got lights on her. We got a little bit of light going on right now, but she didn't seem to be too bothered by it. But it's just for doing the video. And generally you don't want to handle your new snake for like 1 week. But like I said, I just got her today for the sake of doing the video and stuff, and she's been kind of handled a little bit today anyway because we're getting her enclosure set up and whatnot. I figure, like a few minutes shouldn't really hurt anything, but after I put her back in her enclosure for the next week, until next, from this weekend to next weekend, she's not going to be handled, bothered, nothing. She will have that week to fully acclimate to her enclosure. And then at the end of next weekend, I'm going to try to feed her. So she's apparently refusing frozen thawed at the pet store, which is not really a big surprise. But I don't know if she'll refuse it here or not, or if I should just go ahead and just feed her live and get it over with. So, my other one eats live, and that's all she'll eat. And the store got this one from probably from the same breeder that they got Boudicca from. So I'm not sure what their policies are. They don't tell, they won't tell us who they get the snakes from and all that. But that's not really the issue. It'd be nice, to have a little more information, but other than that, but no, I got this beautiful little pinstripe. All right, and to give you an idea, this is how long she is. So she got a little length to her, but she's pretty skinny. So, you okay? I'm sorry. That was my mistake, my bad. I think I accidentally bumped her nose with my finger, and it startled her. So, like I said, totally my fault. But she's cool about it. Like Boudicca, she doesn't seem bitey, which is really good because these little juveniles, they're not really typically used to being handled at this point. Because she doesn't look like she's really much bigger than a hatchling. I've never really seen a hatchling up close. I'm sure she's bigger than a hatchling. She weighs right now. This first thing I did when I got her home, I weighed her. She's 93 grams. I'm not sure about the length. I didn't want to stress her out any more than what was necessary. So, but probably by next weekend when I start handling her and stuff, again, after I give her 1 week, settle-in period, I'll go ahead and, I'll get the measure out, and, we'll get a length on her. If I had to guess, she's about the same size as Boudicca when I got her. So, I'm guessing somewhere about 15 to 16 inches is my guess right now. Just by, just kind of eyeballing her. But by eyeballing her, I would say around approximately 15 inches, and the weight I am sure about because I did weigh her, 93 grams, and I'm guessing maybe a month and a half, 2 months old. So pet store hasn't had her long. I'm not sure exactly when the breeders send them over. I was assuming 3 months, but again, I'm not sure. So, but yeah, that's the update on Boudicca, and basically getting introduced to our new pinstripe. Now, I don't have a name for her yet, or him, or whatever. I'm gonna kind of observe their behavior, see how they feed, and all that before I go and give them a name. So yeah, we'll probably in the next within the next few weeks to a month, I'll probably choose a name, and then we can refer to this little guy by an actual name. But yep, that's it for now. That's my update on Boudicca. Like I said, she's right around maybe a touch more than a year old, and doing great. And the newest addition, we'll have to wait and see on this little fella, but he seems really healthy, and I really don't foresee any problems. And it's just a beautiful little pinstripe. So hit the subscribe button if you like the video, so you can stay up to date when I post new videos, and hit that like button so I know you liked it. And until the next time, we'll see you later.